Yes. Back again. Welcome back to Coffee Break with JN. Well, hello. So, you guys, you got a little startled there. I saw you. It's a little loud. Who knew it was a little loud? The chat doesn't like it. All right. Uh, Duly noted. Welcome back to Coffee Break with JN. I am JN. I go by many names. We won't get into that yet, but you know who you're dealing with. You know who's holding it down for the 215. Who is with me tonight? Let's get a sound off, and I'll tell you all about all that stuff. Who's here tonight? I see a whole lot of superstars in here tonight. I see the PNWs coming correctly. Pause. I see Nakota. What up, Nakota? I see Duke. What up, Duke? Yo, Joe. Takes one to know one. No one's half the battle. Uh, me. You know what? Here's the thing. Even with some of my tried and true buddies who are GI Joe marks, a lot of people just kind of stopped at the when they did those PSA remixes, and that's all they talk about. Me, and like it was funny, yeah, but it kind of hurts me a little. Who else? Let's see, Matt. What up, Matt? Good to see you. I see Notorious JRD in the building. Anybody else sneaking in I didn't hear about? Red 5 standing by. What's up, America's Tom Zoller? We're in the pipe, 5x5. Pause. Good to see you. Good to see you, Duke. I like that. Like to see that. Hello. Well, hello. Nakota says, show us your shirt. Well, Nakota, if you were savvy enough to be listening on to the winds these days, you know that it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and you know that I'm a dyed in the wool hip hopper. Don't stop, body rock, doing the do. So I had to represent my hotel, motel, holiday inn. Say what? If your girl starts acting up, then you take her friend. So you know I got to keep it lively. Yo, I heard Ronaldo's in the building. What up, Ronaldo? I see Stunt Ken. What up? You know the bull, Stunt Ken. I see my man Adam. What up? Read Punk Taco. Vote for Punk Taco. I see you. Hello. Uh, yo. What up, Ben Harvey? You know the bull, Ben Harvey. You know I got all the superstars up in here tonight. I see the Rock City Breakers. New York City Breakers, rock steady in the corner. I see all of y'all. What's going on? Battle cry. So here's a funny thing about boys, and what I think is really interesting is that's I draw kids books essentially nowadays. And one of the things that I really enjoy about the elementary school age and that middle grade age. It's kind of like that. It's a lot of tweenness and a lot of that's a really weird part of your life where you start, everything starts like firing all at the same time. It doesn't happen at the same time for everybody. Some people it starts really early, some it starts late. All of a sudden, everybody smells bad, or you just really are conflicted about keeping up with the Joneses all of a sudden, or you really want to wear this hat. You really have this fedora that you have to wear. You're just figuring it all out, and it's all happening all at the same time. It's all scary and crazy. And I remember this wasn't really a thing when I was that age, but in the Walmart generation, I've seen a lot of boys wear their personality on their T-shirts. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the snarky T-shirt, like sarcastic comment loading with the buffering thing, or my whole personality is on this T-shirt as it says something blah 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 blah, and that's really like a boy thing because I think there's not a lot of other places for boys to kind of start to formulate a personality outside of clothes, and I don't, I think for the most part, most boys don't care about how they look unless you're, you know, a fashionable type. But that lane's really like a girl lane, getting cute outfits and doing all that other stuff or doing something with your hair. But boys are just kind of like stinky and weird. And it's like, I'm gonna wear this t-shirt like every day to school for 2 weeks. So did anybody else show up while I was running my mouth? Uh Yo, thank you, Ronaldo. Yo, bless up. Ronaldo says, no, Jay, and you don't write kids' books. You write well thought out stories in a kid's lens. Yo, first sip of coffee for the night to my man Ronaldo. You earn that, John. Let me find the right thing. You guys, you know what to do. Get your sippers up. Get your elbows ready. Pause. I got too many. I got too many Johns. First sip of the night goes to my man Ronaldo. Hail to the chief. Thank you for that, brother. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because thank you, Stunt Kim. Uh, for so I'm getting distracted reading the chat. So a lot of you know that last weekend I was out of town and I was in Washington D.C. for the National Book Festival, which was a fantastic event. If you follow me to any stripe, you've already seen and I just showed it here earlier, me hanging out with Linda Carter, the OG Wonder Woman at the Library of Congress, doing it up real big. My man Chris Mariano's here. When you put the jacket on, that means business. Had the business on. And what's really special about these kind of like high profile events, like and I don't think it's been aired yet. I know I was on a in conversation with another author and a moderator on a giant stage that was packed. The whole room was packed, and then in the front of the room weren't more chairs with adult humans in it. There were kids in bean bags. Um, do, 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 do. Yo, I'm gonna murder this mouse. I'll make mincemeat out of this mouse. Sorry about that. Yo, y'all know the struggle. The struggle is real. Do 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 do. You know what I should have done? I wasn't thinking. I should have got Linda Carter to do a Sue's pose with me. That would have been one for the ages. That's right. Yo, let's get a sip of coffee for the dreaded left click of doom. Um, but yeah, what up? I see Bill. What up, Bill? Bill says, "Yo, those DC pictures were amazing." Yes, they were, Bill O'Donnell. But to Ronaldo's point, what was really cool was um the day of the actual festival. They treat you like gold, you guys. I had a handler with me the whole time. That just made sure that I didn't fall into a manhole or anything like that. It was real lovely. Um, and I had a signing, and the queue line was like 50 yards back. And then after I was done with that, I went over to the main sellers area. And the way this works, the NBF is free to the public. Gotta love DC. And one store from the area out in the DMV, Politics and Prose. I haven't been there yet, but planning on getting out there soon. Sponsored the NBF, and they bought all the books that were on sale to get like signed and personalized by the authors that were there. So after my signing, I walked over with the handler to the Politics and Prose selling area, and I signed their stock. So there was probably I signed like probably like 100 books, and I'd asked them. I said, you know what? This is really funny. I go over to them, and I was like, "Hi, I'm Jamar," and they're all like, "We know who you are." And that's still really weird to me. So I said, "Listen, I don't want to make a stir, but if you want me to sign these books, I can just go off to the side, or you can bring them over to me." And they're like, "No, no, no. Whatever you want to do, just be comfortable." So, I'm basically leaning over and signing these books on the table, and while I'm doing that, I'm drawing a crowd. And I probably sold like 15 or so books just from there. Somebody is like, "Hey, kid, what's your name? Okay, here, blah blah blah. Can we take a pic?" Yeah. So in one of those instances, a kid and his mother came over and signed a book to him, and I got this really sweet email the other day. You guys, was from the mother, and the mother said that she was so excited to meet me and for her son to meet me because um, her son has dyslexia, and her he really struggles with reading, and she said he rarely reads, and the reading he does do is when she reads to him. But after they bought Leon, when they left the convention center and they were waiting for the metro home, he started reading the book and he wouldn't put it down, and he read it 3 times by the time the weekend was over. And she was so amazed because he just doesn't do that, and there must be something magical about this book. And then she was so amazed by it, she contacted her kid support team at school. Yo, you guys, that's what it's about. See, here you guys go. See, I'm gonna not tell y'all nothing. If y'all can't handle what Jay ends up to, I ain't gonna share with y'all. um, no, that green M&Ms aren't in my rider. That's right. Bill says, "Do you do any Leon doodles in the books?" I don't do doodles. My name is long enough, and I always write something sweet in the book. So I know there's a lot of authors that do these like super quick hits. I don't do doodles in the book. Leon is just difficult enough to draw that I don't want to do really like crappy Leon doodles. So like I said, my name is its own thing. And I hope that's good enough. Let's see what else. Stunt Kid, what up, Stunt Kid? Stunt Kid says, "JN, you doing what should be done. You creating good books. Thank you, Stunt Kid. No gimmicks, just books. Books are necessary and relevant. Let's sipper for mad respect." Are you guys sipper-ing to me? Can we do that? I don't like Dr. Phil. Can we do that? Can we get them support? Guys, can we do a sipper to me? Sipper coffee for JN. And to my caffeines, I salute you. Um, but yeah, thank you, Duke. Thank you. And Nakota says, "Dude, that right there is worth it. Like, that's amazing. Thank you." And I'm going to say, I don't know what the other people are doing. I don't know what the other authors are doing. I don't know what the other people who are just like, "Yo, I need to come up. I need to do kids' books because that's where the." I don't know what y'all are in this for, but that's not the first letter I've gotten like that. And there's a responsibility there. There's a lot of pride in that, and like Man, if that doesn't fill your heart chakras, if I don't know if I can grab it. I don't want to make a mess. Guys, you see this? I'll put my pinky in this. That's good fan mail. This is from the end of the school year. These are all kid letters. Isn't that crazy? Thank you for coming, Jamar. We'll keep the pauses out of there. Keep it clean. These are kids. And I showed some of these on my Facebook. For Jamar. Oh, my heart. Oh, look at that. Orly says, "Thank you, Jamar, for being a great author." This is one of my favorites. Look at that. Oh, my heart. And then also kids draw me their own little cartoons. Like, look at that cute little cat. What up, Kurt's Pencils? And this is the one I put on my Facebook. That's my favorite. That's from Nathan. Thanks, Nathan. And you know what, guys? This means the world to me. And I have I have a lot of this stuff. And this is the first book. And it just, I don't know if the teacher's like, all right, this guy just left our school, let's write him cards. But I'll receive all of this. I'll take all of it. When a Kirk's Pistol says don't knock the spell it, hey, you spell better than I do. Oh, this one. This was from Jonathan. It says, yo, yo, yo. Speaks my language. Anyway. All right. Yes, that is just heartwarming goodness. But I don't know how half an hour already went by. We just got started. But yeah, that's fantastic, and that's like a byproduct of all of this. And I know. At least you know where I went. But it's just a fantastic part of this, and it's special. It's special, and I wrote this really heartfelt thing on my Facebook this afternoon about it. And if there's nothing else that makes you want to make more books, it's stuff like this, and just knowing that you're changing the world a little bit at a time. So also, I don't know if everybody knows this, you guys. Remember when I was on a campaign trail last year, because you remember Tim Ford, good buddy. You remember the phrase that pays, the date that lives on in infamy, the book birthday for Leon Extraordinaire. You remember it like the back of your hand, 10-4, good buddy. We're going to do it again, you guys. I'm not going to spam you guys too much because it's really early in the process. But a lot of you guys have been, especially the Patronuses, have been rolling with me and hearing me talk about all this stuff very slowly. And we talked about the name change for book 2. It's already out in the world. Somebody in the chat tell us, that's right. The new book, volume 2 in graphics, Leon, Worst Friends Forever. Dropping May 7th, 2024, y'all. Yeah, tell them, Adam. I'm so excited, you guys. What we did in the first book was a primer. I was reading through the first book in the Scholastic series this afternoon because I'm writing the third one right now, and I was just kind of looking at some of the art, and I was just like, ooh. And I feel like you're really gonna love what I'm doing in the next book. It's fantastic, you guys, and if there's a moment for you to be like, and we've talked about this before, if you don't have kids, that's fine. If you're like, oh, my kid's aged out, I get it. If you're like, ugh, kids' books, you gotta cop this and give it to somebody. Everybody knows a kid. Either it's your nephew. Some of y'all are old heads like me. You might have grandkids. And they're like, oh, my kid's too young to read that. Yo, put it on ice. Because by the time they're old enough to read it, two will be out, three will be out. We'll see what happens after that. And you're going to be like, yo, do I have something for you? Like, just you have to just find a space for all of this and make sure that they get it. Thank you, Bill. So kids are so to look forward to besides nuclear winter. Thank you. Yeah, tell them, Adam. Books do make the best gifts. Yes, Bill. That's right. Ronaldo says, "Can I get a sketch of Leon in the suits pose? We can work that out." That's right. Just like Wu Tang, Leon is for the children. Matt says, "Suze buys copies for all the kids in our neighborhood." See, it's a gift that keeps on giving. And when I get email like that, when I get letters like that, when I get a stack of letters from kids, I didn't draw these, you guys. I didn't make this up. It means the world, and I want every kid and whoever else that supports me to know that I read every one of these, you guys. Um, and oh, here's something else, and maybe I haven't really did a lot of infomercials for this, but this is something I'm starting. Over the summer, we had a lot of traffic in the studio. I had my summer intern. Shout out to Sophia. Sophia's going on back to school already. But if you've never been to my website, just go to jamarnicholas.com. I have a newsletter, sign up, and there's two slots. Pause. There's two slots you can sign up for, just traditional studio mail. And you ready for this? Leon's Super Society. I'm starting a fan club for kids. So I'm still figuring out. I have this idea that twice a year I'm going to send out physical mail to kids, like you can get a decoder ring or something like that. But yeah, sign up, y'all. Telling Perks Pencils grandkids, I'm going to have to cop a couple. And that's almost like this is funny. You guys know that I'm a big retro video game fan. And a lot of the YouTube I watch are channels run by other well, I say other like I'm one of them. I'm not really one of them. Retro video game hunters, and it's starting to die out because that whole market is just glutted now. Um, but you'll see some. Uh, I like seasonal videos about flea markets because those guys are like, "Yo, it's flea market season, y'all," and they get ready with their glasses with the spy camera in it, or they have like the camera phone in their pocket, and they go to these garage sales and they try to fleece these people out of their stuff. Like some people say, "Yo, I hit like 20, 30, 40 flea markets on a weekend." Like, yo, it's wild, and they're all game hunting. And what happens is you have to sometimes say kind of like trigger words in somebody's ear to make them think about something that they don't have on a table. So say you can sniff this out when you're seeing somebody walk through these tables and there's like a Sonic the Hedgehog cassette. And it's a cassette, I'm showing my age, like a video game and there's nothing else. So then dude's like, hey, do you have any old video games? No. Sega, Genesis, Nintendo, PlayStation. Oh, my son has a Nintendo. Would you mind? Could you like? Oh, and then they just like disappear and come back with like like a laundry basket full of rare video games, and it's kind of like if you didn't ask, they never would have thought about it. Because even with some of that stuff, some people think it's so old nobody would want it. So, as my mama said, closed mouths don't get fed. So sometimes you got to ask for stuff. JRD says a friend of mine 3D printed multicolored rings. So if you're serious about the rings, let me know and I will see what that took from time to cost. Oh, Dakota rings. Not Dakota rings, which we should probably make. I don't know what a Dakota ring would do. Um, maybe. I don't yeah, there was a long time ago when I was doing many comics and self-publishing. I had a thing called Asteroid Girl, and I made an Asteroid Girl Space Cadet kit. And I had this great come up from. You guys ever shop at Oriental Trading? It's like that on. Well, it's online, but they actually had stores. It's just kind of like a warehouse full of stuff you can buy in bulk. And they had light up decoder rings. They almost looked like ring pops, but you could twist them and they would light up. They were dope, and I bought a bunch of them, and I made these great kits. But none of my characters in Leon have rings like that, so I don't really know if that connects. Adam's like, I'm at the garage here, like, y'all got any Action Comics one? You got any Amazing Fantasy 15? You gotta ask. The Dakota ring is a fox that bites you. I like that. Ronaldo says, "What about doing a flat Stanley type thing with Leon? Kids, teachers, compose where they're taking Leon or Redham." There was some of that, and there are some friends of mine who do that, which I think is really fun. Oh, yeah, I think it's a cool idea, but I'd rather somebody just write me a really nice card. JRD says, I've been trying to come up with a Bear from Ant Club for kids so I know how tough it is to think. What would kids find? Cool. Right. And also you have to consider not you, JRD, like the royal you, consider the age group of these people. Like I'm in this very odd space where these kids, I just talked about your burgeoning personality at that age, where you don't really want it's very specific what I think a kid wants, and if it's not like part of this something that everybody else has, or they're trying to do the reverse and get something that nobody else has, it's tough. So, you know, they may not necessarily want to wear a branded T-shirt with your thing on it. It might be, I don't know. It's who knows. No, I'm drinking my coffee. You're not trying to overload me here. Dakota says, I mean, Scientologists figured out Neopets, so everyone has a chance to figure it out, I'd say. Real rap. Also, Jared D says, and fan clubs are very different from when we were young. I don't think a pencil and a copy of Pizzazz magazine will work. Pizzazz, Razzmatazz, Fossy Hands. That's funny. No, yeah. Coffee check. You guys been a coffee check? Yeah, this would be a perfect time to do a coffee check. And I haven't done one in a while. So for you guys who aren't familiar with coffee check is when you guessed, you guess how much coffee I have left in this mug. So I only have graphics for 100% down to 0%, and it's kind of in fractions. So it's 100, 75, 50, 25, and 0. So I will bring it out to the chat. Super Mag. What about Grit Magazine? Oh, Nakota says we need to go back to the book club thing where you get a personal pan pizza. What up, America's Tom Zoller? Tom says, look, I got a picture and a certificate actually signed by Steve Austin, the $6 million man, and that was it. Yo, I like it. Yo, Steve Austin, little Tom Zoller is waiting for you to get back to him. Yo, I'm too busy jumping over these wooden fences in slow motion. That's fantastic. Didn't they try to remake Million Dollar Man? It's just it's we're too far gone, you guys. All right, so coffee check. So, guys, I'm going to bring it to the chat. What is the percentage of coffee do you think I have left in this mug? I want to shout out to my man Jim Luhan. Remember his great animation project, The Mind of Lars Lazarus, where I did the voice of Rico. Wow, 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 wow. You got it. So, okay, guys, rattle off some, and you guys, all right, we're getting there. And whoever's closest gets a nod John prize. And yes, there are nod John prizes. I have them. I'm not showing them to you because you just got to get one. So Dakota says 37%. JRD says 25%. Matt says nice. Duke 50. What up, E? Eric always shows up when it's time for the time for the challenge. 50. Matt 30. Okay. Kirk's pencils 65. I call Shogun 36. Dakota $1. $1. It was the Dukes. It was the Dukes. Ronaldo with 15. Okay, okay, okay. Tom Zoller with 20. $1. Yo, Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Paul Pate says 24. You don't do the shout out, bro. Tom Zoller is way too smart for the room. He says, I can hear how empty it is. Ben Harvey said 50. Yo, what's the word? Thunderbird. What's the price? 50 twice. What up, Ben Harvey? All right, you guys. I think that's enough. Let's go to the tape. You know what we call this, guys? We call this reverse Drake. Started from the top. Now we're here. All right. You see, I'm cheating, right? Uh, I would say this is 30%. I'll say 30. So whoever whoever called 25 between 25 and 50, I who wait, didn't Dakota say like 34 or something like that? 37? All right, I'll give Dakota a nod prize, and the rest of you, oh, Matt got it. Matt gets another nod on. So all the anybody that got in the 30s, I'll give you a nod on prize. Thank you. And you got to tell me after the show. I'm going to forget. That was fun. And you know what? We don't do a lot of coffee checks. Somebody has to ask, and usually it's El Jamal will ask, and everybody else just forgets about it. So before I get too far into this, you guys, which we're almost out of time. Yeah, Matt called it. Dang it. Um, you see how I am. You see how shady I am. It's all an elaborate ruse. Um, I want to tell you about this sponsor. So I played this video. Apparently, it's way too loud, and I scared everybody. And I don't know how to control the volume on it. But JRD, you got to pay attention, bro. Yes, I think the mouse is gonna have control. Yo, all right, I got. Maybe I should be getting a sponsor from Logitech. I need a new mouse. Again, can we point this out again? You see how close this thing is? Here's my big ass thumb, and it's got a hair trigger too. Anyway, not your issue. Um, so I have partnered with Just Do Coffee. Hold on, I got another John that's not the loud thing. So apparently you guys are sensitive. Um, so you know my boy Reggie Byers. You know Reggie Byers, uh, iconic comic book illustrator. Reggie is an old friend of mine, and Reggie is starting a new enterprise. It's called Just Do Coffee, and Just Do Coffee is a very cute comic strip about coffee items that live in a diner, and I guess they interact with each other. Hold on, let me get this banner off the screen. That I think is really cool. But I think also the coolest thing is that there's merch, right? And I'm very excited about what Reggie's doing. And you guys, we try to back up. What did my man Mike Norton, whose favorite movie is Megaforce, deeds not words. So I was talking to Reggie. I was like, "Yo, Reggie, I love this coffee thing. How could we collab?" And here we go. So already, Nakota was in the pregame. I was just like, "Yo, I like that logo. That's cool." So please, I implore you to go check out um, justdocoffee.com, buy a shirt, uh, and you may see some stuff from my end of the pool. So we're gonna do this for a couple of sessions. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how you guys react to it. Please give us some feedback. What do you think of this? Is this something cool? Would you rock this? You like the Hulk shirt, right? I think I need to cop a mug. Reggie, can we make that happen? I think I need a mug. Let me know what you guys think. I love it. No, that's not Reggie. No. Yeah. Let's see what. Yeah, Duke says that shirt is pretty. Let me put it back on the screen. You guys are feeling that, and go to the site. I believe he's got a couple of different types of ephemera for you to check out. Some other things. So yeah, give him a ring, get on his mailing list, cop the shirt, and I think the signal boost is always important. You guys are talking about this all the time. I'm never on here asking you for money. Just your support. Signal boost. Tell your mans and them like, yo, every other Thursday at 9 p.m. I hang out with this dude and we just chop it up and we talk about old gray hair stuff and it's fantastic. Do that. Yes, Hulk mug. Yes. Yep. 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 Right. It just seems like it's like a no-brainer, right? Coffee break with JN, justdocoffee.com. Everybody wins. So thanks a lot to Reggie. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna just let that ride for a little bit. So I'm really excited about that, you guys. And it's funny since I've been doing coffee break for a couple of years now. I reached out to a couple of coffee places for sponsorship. Like, yo, I do this thing every week. Yo, get on, send me a coffee mug or something. I'll rock it. Nah, or you just get ghosted. It's so funny. And I'm just like, I'm legit in these streets, yo. You know how this works. But I guess everybody just assumes that it's a scam. But like, just go to the channel and just watch it. And I will ask maybe for you guys, and I hope this never gets old. I love spreading the gospel of coffee break. I love raising the flag of the USNCJNN, the Jamar Nicholas Network. You know all the stuff we do, pencil to pencil. You know, pencil to pencil's been hot for like 5 6 months straight. You know, we're in here giving you premium content, Chef's Kiss content every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Coffee break with JN. If you're on the Patreon, you know my Patronuses. Shout out to my Patronuses. It ain't hard to tell. Bodega Voltron, Morning Constitutional. Yeah. So yeah, he's doing a strip, and he sent me a couple of them. You just ask him about it. Maybe he's going to start a portal. I'm not exactly sure. Thanks. That's right. Pencil to pencil with your man, the world heavyweight champion of webcomics, Stone Cold Steve Conley. And isn't it funny how almost everybody in my circle has a nickname? I love it, and I wouldn't do that if it wasn't out of love. So, thank you all for all of your support. I know we can only do so much. You got your own problems. You got bills, as the kids say. I get it. I do too. There's times where it's tough, y'all. I say once in a while, it's tough just getting out of bed, yo. So, if you went out into the world and you made a difference, I salute you. Duke says, I've said it before, I'm saying it again. It ain't hard to tell it's worth the price of admission to the Patreon alone. Thank you, Duke. I appreciate that. We just recorded our 84th It Ain't Hard to Tell episode. Me and Mike Hawthorne. Yeah, you know Mike Hawthorne, who draws Batman? What? Guys, it's fantastic. I got bills. I'm surprised there's not somebody who has IGotBills.com. I got bills. And there's like a lot of things to be excited about. I'm excited about where everything's going with, my partnership with Scholastic is fantastic. I get to go to these places and meet these wonderful people and just see that a book at a time, a kid at a time, we're changing lives out here, you guys. I think that's pretty fantastic. I really do. You know. And once in a while I'll come across somebody who's like, "Oh, I hope Jamar's head can still fit through the door." I'm the same dude. All of y'all know that. A lot of y'all, we go back decades. The same cat. I was doing the same stuff back then. I just think nobody was listening back then. But you can check the tapes. Tom Zoller knows. We can go back to Comic Book Diner, the OG podcast. I was doing the same stuff. You gotta back the right horse once in a while, you guys. And I respect and appreciate everybody who sees the vision. You see the vision. It's like a zenith. And when I do these road reports and I come back from the road and I drop my bag and go, you guys, look at this. Look what I did. That's for all of y'all. And for also for y'all to know that I wasn't lying. These not words. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dakota says, getting Mike to say indubitably every time now has been the best thing I've had. Pretty funny. Indubitably. I think we're going to have to do that. There's going to have to be. I think that we're going to have to make it. It's not difficult to discuss. It's not difficult to discuss sticker in like a really flowy, scripty font, and indubitably will have to be another one. Adam, thank you so much. That means the world to me. It really does. And there's stuff that I've done. Like I had a run of mailers, like the poly bag mailers that had a giant image of my face on it. Some of you seen one of my old press photos where I'm just like cheesing. And at one point I thought, what does this look like to somebody who has no idea who I am? And this is like, who is this dude? He must have an ego the size of Wisconsin. But that's totally not the point. They totally don't know. They don't get it. I don't operate from that that lane. That's not how my conduits work. JRD says got his I Met Jamar sticker in 2011, 2012. Yeah, bro. I remember I started doing those in like 98. That's crazy. Ronaldo, I got you. Well, all right, we're working on that. Yes, the the archive. Dakota, you should design it. We'll print them. Indubitably, chopped cheese. So yeah, you guys. I'm trying to think of what's next on the docket. Yo, guys, you know what's coming up soon? It's almost time to have big fun in Baltimore. You know what that's from. You know the JNN massive. We roll out heavy to Baltimore Comic Con, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. Where does the time go? I have no idea. I feel like we were just there. That's right. Tell them, Adam. My man Adam is up. Punk Taco 2 is up for another. It's up for a Ringo Award. Adam already has a Ringo Award under his belt. Very happy for him. Please support the home team. Ronaldo says, I can't wait for Baltimore. It's like a family reunion at this point. Yo, real rap. Matt can't make it on. Matt, you'll live one in our hearts. Man, who you telling? You. What up, Ease? Good to see you. How are you? I'm glad you checked in. Let's give a sipper. Where's my Johns? Hold on a second. Let's give a sipper to my little sis Erica. That's kind of like in this world we call that's like your play cousin. Y'all ain't blood, but you get it. Hold on a second. Good sipper for Erica. We don't see you enough around here. Good to see you. And you know what? It's funny. I'm still surprised that people ain't checking in the coffee break. How long we been up in this piece? People like, oh, man, I forgot. What do you mean you forgot? What do you mean you forgot? I got you guys through the pandemic, y'all. I'm just saying. Don't forget that. Y'all owe me now. Ronaldo says, because Matt can't go, can we at least ensues? Oh, poor Matt. Adam says, thank you. I appreciate that. Like you said, we do this all for the indies. We do this for all the indies. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. Yes, sir. We will have to have a group Sue's pose. Oh, Stunt Ken might come through to Baltimore. Yo, I got bills.net. You got it. Adam says, I don't make it every ep, but it always makes my night being here, as it should. I think just like, you know what? I'm not gonna dunk on my own people because that's problematic. But you remember how tough it was getting through that lockdown? You know what I mean? Pencil to Pencil was on twice a week. Pencil to Pencil came on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and then Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, and then Coffee Break on Thursday night. Right? We was in the Discord doing after party Soul Train line. You remember that, Erica? I was trying to keep y'all from like doing something crazy out here. And now, we back outside. I get it. I understand it. Those puzzles that you bought, you ain't touched since they let y'all back outside. Don't forget about the JNN now that you can leave the state. Now that you can leave your apartment complex. Don't forget. Never forget. Yep. It's a conspiracy. CEO conspiracy. COVID was released just to get Shamar famous. Yo, that's wild. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, E. That was really sweet. Adam says, "I miss the pandemic. Now I have to take my kids out and do things all the time and spend way too much money." Yeah, that's what's up. Um, Thank you, Kirk's pencils. I appreciate that. I don't want nothing for it. I'm just saying, and it's just like it was tough, but we got through it together. You know what I mean? So, in the spirit of remembrance of for those dark times, support the chief. You know what I'm saying? Support Captain Scholastic. I appreciate you. I haven't done a I'm gonna have to do my ID to take us out of here. Yeah, yo, the chat, tell Erica about the sponsor. Oh, y'all talking about aquarium stuff. So there's other things going on. What else is going on? I think October is going to be really busy in the studio. Um, on the Leon front, I am writing the book 3 right now and tying up stuff for book 2. And then I think things are just going to start ramping up for promotion for book 2 the closer it gets to January, because we're already this is 9 months in already. So May 7th for Worst Friends Forever to come out. I got to get back on the road again, y'all. Like that's what I said at the beginning of the program. Remember how we was out here in these streets like, yo, cop it. Leon Extraordinaire, we're going back to the well, you guys. We're doing it again, starting all the way over. So I want y'all to bring that same energy because we're changing lives out here, y'all. I told you about the kid who doesn't read books, loves Leon. Come on, I didn't make that up. No, I will be in Virginia at another book festival. I haven't been in New York Comic Con in like since the pandemic. That's right. JRD says Jay and I are doing an event in Northern VA. Used to used to dribble of the VA. H to the Izzo on October 14th. That is correct. And last year, when New York Comic Con was happening, I was in Illinois at Anderson Goes Graphics. It was a very cool children's book festival I was at. It was like the middle grade author super friends. Yo, it was a lot of talent up in that room. Who was in there? Uh, Mac and John were there. Gail Gallagher was there. Stephen Shaxson was there. Honey M, you were there, and Uncle Joe. Yo, it was crazy. The lineup was wild, and I'm just like, yo, I'm sitting there with a cup of coffee, like, is this real life? This is what we're doing now, y'all. I told y'all 2 years ago. This is what's happening. Yeah, Ronaldo says, I haven't done New York City since before the pandemic. I'm in an hour train. You know, I wish all of our soldiers well on the front line. You have a fantastic show, but duty calls. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get out of here. This was a fun show. Another sip of coffee for my man Reggie and justdocoffee.com. The new sponsor. Go check out the merch. Go get up on Reggie's mailing list. Tell him JN sent you. That'll be really cool. Tell him, yo, I came here. I was referred here for coffee break with JN. Tell him where you came from. All right, you guys. Shout out to the Ringos. If Suze was here, we'd be doing a Suze pose. We are not, because Suze is not in attendance. But if Suze was here, she would also say your goodbyes now, y'all. Because when JN is out, that's it. That's it. With DASSIT. That's it. Thank you, Kirk's Pencils. Thank you, Adam. Vote for Punk Taco too. Did you guys have fun tonight? We didn't really talk about much, but I think this was a good session. You needed this, right? I was talking to Stunt Ken earlier. I was like, Stunt Ken, you need group tonight. You need Tabernacle. Oh, you know what, guys? Before we go, thank you so much. Did anybody have any Tabernacles they were chewing on tonight? Let's get a rundown of what you're sipping on in Tabernacles before we go, because I hate to leave. I really do. So, guys, tell us about your Tabernacles. What was y'all eating on tonight? Yo, for real, FR. Oh, you guys, I saw this reel where I don't have any kids, but there's a lot of back to school energy happening in reels, and somebody who's like dressed up like their teenager, and they're like trying to wake him up to go to school, and he like woke up in a hoodie and like Crocs, and he was like grittying around the house. They're like, "Will you please get ready for school, bruh? You doing too much, bruh." You know what? Bless all of y'all with teenagers who were now like cursed with the internet as their role model. Okay. Cranberry juice and Gary Payton. Yo, I love it. Jared D was munching on cheese flavored mini rice cake crisps. Orange gate. Oh, you got the OG. I love it. Yo, Eric, do you have one of those corner pans that's nothing but corners? You know the caffeines. Hold on, so you maybe do it. You know what you were doing. Caffeines, you know the caffeines, friends and regulars, not decaf. Of Coffee Break with JN. Yes, Ronaldo, you were caffeine in good standing. Yo, pause. You enjoyed some of the rainbow tonight? You was munching on some Skittles. You had some Skittles in Arizona. All right, you guys. I would love some animal crackers, right? I've had animal crackers in a long time. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. Do what you got to do, because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Remember, like I said, not that I had to bring it up. Remember the lockdown? Remember how I was there for you? Come through for somebody else. All right, you guys, let's do the thing. Shout out to my man Reggie Byers, justdocoffee.com. Support the home team. All right. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. You know the name. It's my man Samak. Shout out to Samak Amen. He says, you know the name. What happened here tonight? Oh, wait, hold on. I go by many names. I love when the chat shouts out names. John Cena. PM John. Paper Doll. The captain of the starship. Jean-Luc Picard. There are 4 Johns. Kevin Scrapple, because bacon was taken. And your internet best friend. What happened here tonight? You get to hang out with me, JN. I'm also a cartoonist. How do I fit it all in? Pause. You got to hang out with me tonight in the caffeines reporting for duty. Thank you guys so much. And you watch that's another one, Philly Donahue. You watched me drink coffee and run my mouth. And now that I'm out of coffee, you know what to say. Shout out to Trey, wherever you are, brother. Somebody wake up Hicks. See you next time. Give a kid a graphic novel. Change a life.